disconnect, put on the batteries. That way I can unscrew this, and it takes the power away from that circuit when I'm not using the boat, when I'm charging it like I am now. And then before we go fishing, I just turn them in and it puts power to that circuit. So that worked out pretty good, I think. They're like $5 a piece. Again, the main theme is on a budget. A lot of you folks don't have money to go out and buy $20,000 bass boat. So real quick, to show you, I don't know if you can see it, the lighting's probably not real good down in there, but anyways, I replaced the bilge pump, I replaced the live wheel pump. Now let's talk a little bit about the back end of the boat, the stern end. So I had to mount the transducer. They had it mounted to a trolley motor battery, which I didn't like at all. So I mounted that. It's my new fitting for my live well pump. Put a screen on it. It's like $5 extra, I guess. And as you see, this is a truck bed liner. And the reason that I have it on there is this whole back end of this boat, the whole stern end, when I got it, had like a silicone on it. It was like they had leaks and they probably didn't know where the leaks were, so they just kind of threw silicone, splotched it all over these rivets, and there was little holes in there from I guess the ground. So I cleaned all that up, sanded it off there, and I put epoxy on it first. Glued it, epoxy, put like 3 coats, then roughed that up, and then I put a coat of bed liner on it, as you can see, and so it looks a lot better than what it did. We'll continue around here. Here's an interesting feature that I've answered a lot of questions on from other folks. It's kind of dirty now, so just ignore it. But my windshield, the windshield I had that came with it, was busted. It's cracked and split. And a new windshield was like the cheapest I could find it for was like $150, and I just didn't have it in the budget. So I found this piece of Lexan. It's 1/8 inch. I think it's like 3 feet long, about 2 feet. Local glass supplier, windshield kind of guy around town had it and sold it to me for $18. So I bought it, cut out the curves, did a lot of measuring, and I put it on my brake bender that I made a few months ago, and measured, bent the windshield, drilled some holes, and turned out pretty good, I think. My little antenna I replaced for my AM FM. Let's talk real quick about this. My rod holders, I got a set of these on both sides. Don't really use that one over there very much, because it's usually just me and my wife. Here's another thing, anchor system. Y'all recognize this, my big expensive high dollar anchor. I don't remember what truck it come off of, but I had it. And but the anchor system, it's like $10 maybe. So works out real good. We do trout fishing. We fish for whatever, not just bass, but whatever we can find, whatever we want to fish for that day. Replaced the light, LED light, worked pretty cool. Another thing I wanted was a spare tire carrier. I think Harbor Freight sold for like $28. That was the average price. I found this one at Walmart online, $13. Identical to the one at Harbor Freight. So I like some Harbor Freight stuff, but you can find cheaper usually if you shop around. Well, sometimes you can. So anyway, one of the topics on the boat was, when I got it, the first thing we did was pour a little water in it. put the plug in it, put about an inch or two of water, and see if we had any leaks. And we did. We had a lot of leaks. Most of them were along the keel, or all of them were along the keel that I noticed. So if you look at the keel of the boat, down here where you can see a little better, instead of tightening the rivets up like I should have done when I had it gutted, this is my first boat restore, so I didn't do that. So after I got everything together, I said, no, I better check for leaks, and yep, had them. So I epoxied the bottom, about that, I don't know, 8-10 inch swath, and put about 3 or 4 or 5 coats of that Gluvit's epoxy on it. And then after it dried, I sanded it down a little bit, and I put some of that bed liner on it, 3 or 4 coats of it. So like I said, the first time we took it out, and I don't know, we were out there like 30 minutes, and there was like 5 gallons or more of water come out of it. After the test run of after epoxying and the bed liner, we did a test run. It's like none. So so that fixed the leaks, and it was cheap. I had everything except the epoxy. Bought it. I think we pretty well covered the boat. Oh, except I'll show you this. You can see my stereo, and everybody has asked me about my stereo. Let me open it up. Can't get it from there. Very inexpensive. If you know me, I'm a cheapskate, so I don't want to put a lot of money in one. But here's my stereo. It's AM, FM. I think it's got a USB port here, presets, all that cool stuff. And you see my little speaker under there, my speaker over there. Stereo was like 13 bucks. I mean, 13 bucks. And it's got a handy dandy remote. So 13 bucks, can't beat that. Then I got my little waterproof box. I think I give $15 for that. Amazon, not bad. Then, as you can see, my speakers, I got 2 of them, one there and one under here, and those were like 17 bucks for a set of 2 of them. You know, listen to the news if you get bored, whatever. This little cubby hole here, as you can see it. Now, I got that at Amazon for 10 bucks. I cut the dash out. The old toggle switches, rocker switches were in that area, so I just cut it out a little bigger. And anyway, got the cubby for 10 bucks. It wasn't meant to be a cubby for a boat. It was meant to be a I think a GTO, some kind of one of the newer GTOs for a radio install kit. It looked like it fit. I kind of, took a chance on it and bought it. Cut out all the garbage that was with the rest of it, and cut